You're sitting there, right now, feeling it, a tightness in your chest. It's not anxiety, though your mind might rush to label it that way. No, this is different. This is recognition. It's the first spark, the initial tremor of a truth so vast it's about to rip apart everything you thought you understood about your existence. You're not just another face in the crowd. You never were. The universe didn't craft you to blend in. It forged you to stand out, to awaken, to step into a role that's been waiting for you since before the stars aligned. That pressure you feel? It's your soul waking up, shaking off the dust of a life you've outgrown. This is your moment. Don't run from it. That tightness isn't random. Science backs this up. Your body is a finely tuned instrument, wired to respond to shifts beyond what your eyes can see. When your nervous system picks up a frequency it doesn't recognize, it reacts. Your heart rate spikes, your breath catches, your chest clamps down. But this isn't fear signaling danger. It's your system recalibrating to a higher signal. Spiritually, it's the call of your higher self breaking through the noise of the ordinary. You've felt it before, haven't you? Those nights you cried alone in the dark. Not because you were weak, but because something inside you refused to settle for a small, meaningless life. That was your chosen nature clawing its way to the surface. So how do you know this is real? Start watching yourself. Pay attention to what sets you apart. You're not imagining the way you see patterns where others see chaos, the connections that light up in your mind like constellations. You feel the weight of moments others shrug off, don't you? A stranger's glance that lingers too long, a sudden silence that hums with meaning, a dream that sticks with you for days. These aren't coincidences. They're markers. Your task is simple. Stop dismissing them. Grab a notebook, a phone, anything, write them down. Track the signs. You'll see they're not random, they're a map. Your map, the one that proves you're not here by accident. Now, let's talk about that shift in your chest. Starts as pressure, a grip that makes you question what's happening. But here's the truth. It's not meant to suffocate you. It's meant to wake you. The moment you stop fighting it, something changes. You breathe deeper. The tightness doesn't vanish. It transforms. It becomes a pulse, a rhythm, a signal that you're aligning with something bigger. This is where acceptance begins, not as surrender, but as power. You're not a victim of this feeling. You're its master. Lean into it. Ask yourself, when did I first feel this? What was I doing? The answers will point you straight to your purpose. This isn't vague nonsense. It's a concrete step to owning who you are. You want to claim this chosen identity? Then act like it. Stop waiting for permission. Right now, today, decide you're done playing small. Stand up straighter. Look people in the eye. Speak with the certainty of someone who knows they're here for a reason. Your existence isn't a fluke. It's a deliberate act of cosmic design. Science tells us energy can't be destroyed, only transformed. That tightness is your energy shifting, breaking free from the old you. Spiritually, it's the universe whispering, no shouting, that you're on the edge of revelation. Everything you thought you knew about your life is about to shatter, and that's not a loss. It's a victory. You're not falling apart. You're breaking through. Take a hard look at those tears you shed in the dark. They weren't weakness, they were defiance. You weren't crying because you were broken. You were crying because you refused to stay asleep. That's your strength. That's your proof. The world might tell you to toughen up, to move on, but those moments alone were your first rebellion against a life that doesn't fit. Now build on them. Next time you feel that chest-tightening recognition, don't push it down. Sit with it. Breathe through it. Ask it what it's here to teach you. You'll find it's not just a feeling. It's a guide. It's showing you the cracks in the facade of your old reality, daring you to step through them. Here's your first move. Observe your triggers. What stirs that tightness? A song that hits too hard? A conversation that feels like it's pulling you somewhere else? A sudden urge to drop everything and run towards something you can't name? These aren't distractions, they're your compass. Write them down. Look for the thread. You're not chasing shadows, you're hunting truth. The more you do this, the clearer it gets. Your existence isn't what you thought. It's bigger. You're standing on the brink of a revelation that will shatter the foundations of everything you've known. That tightness is not holding you back. It's pushing you forward. Embrace it. You're chosen and there's no turning back. You're in the thick of it now, surrounded by voices that don't get it. Faces that stare blankly when you try to explain what's burning inside you. Your intellect is scrambling, isn't it? It's clawing at the edges of this massive truth, trying to box it into something neat, something logical. But it can't. You feel that tension, that clash, like your mind is a battlefield where doubt and certainty are slugging it out. Here's the kicker, your spirit already knows. Deep down, you're aware of it even if your head's still spinning. You're chosen, marked by forces older than time itself, and no amount of overthinking can erase that. So what do you do when the world around you doesn't see it? You stand firm. You fight through the noise. Let's break this down. You're at a dinner table, a meeting, a casual hangout. Someone asks what's been on your mind lately. You hesitate. How do you explain that your name shines at the top of a cosmic list, etched there before the first star flickered? Your intellect trips over itself. Sounds crazy, right? Too big, too wild. But that tightness in your chest flares up again, doesn't it? That's your spirit stepping in, cutting through the mental fog. It's been awake for months now, nudging you, whispering, asterisk, this is real. You're not imagining it. Asterisk, stop second-guessing. Next time that question comes, don't shrink. Say it out loud. I'm figuring out something big about myself. Let them squirm. Your truth doesn't need their approval. Here's where it gets practical. You're not just wrestling with your own head. You're navigating a world that's blind to what you're becoming. People will push back. They'll laugh, dismiss you, or worse, try to drag you back into their small, safe boxes. Your intellect might buckle under that pressure, scrambling for excuses to fit in. Don't let it win. When the doubt creeps in, anchor yourself. Close your eyes. Breathe deep. Feel that pulse in your core. That's your spirit unshaken, aware of who you are even when your mind stumbles. Picture it. Out of 7 billion souls, only 3 were marked. You're one of them. That's not a theory, it's a fact. Stand on it. Let it steady you when the room feels like it's closing in. Now flip that tension into fuel. You've felt it building for months. That restless, electric hum that won't let you sleep. Your intellect keeps saying, asterisk, this can't be right. I'm not special. Asterisk, but your spirit's been clocking overtime, replaying every moment you defied the odds. Remember that time you got crushed, flat out leveled by life and still stood back up? That wasn't luck. That was you, unconquerable, chosen. Take that memory and wield it. Next time someone challenges your fire, don't argue, show them. Move with purpose. Speak with grit. Your actions scream what your intellect can't yet grasp. You're not here to blend in. You're here to break through. You want a step-by-step? Here it is. First, spot the trigger. When your mind starts doubting, clock it fast. Maybe it's a friend's smirk, a coworker's side-eye, or your own inner critic barking louder than usual. Second, pause. Don't react. Take 3 slow breaths. Count them out. Feel your feet on the ground. That's your spirit rooting you, reminding you it's got this. Third, speak your truth even if it's messy. Say, I'm not who I used to be, or I'm on a path you might not get. Doesn't matter if they laugh. Your words aren't for them. They're for you. Finally, move on. Don't linger for validation. You don't need it. Your spirit's already ahead, pulling you forward. This isn't about convincing anyone else. It's about owning it yourself. Your intellect's lagging because it's tethered to the old you, the one who played by everyone else's rules. Cut that cord. Science says your brain hates uncertainty. It'll fight tooth and nail to keep you comfortable. But your spirit thrives in the unknown. It's been tracking this awakening longer than you realize, piecing together every impossible win, every gut instinct that proved right. That tension you feel? It's the gap between who you were and who you're becoming. Stop trying to close it with logic. Leap across it with trust. Your spirit's already on the other side, waiting. Social pressure's the real test, though. You're not just battling your own head. You're up against a world that loves conformity. They'll call you weird, arrogant, delusional. Good. Let them. Their words can't touch what's etched into the fabric of existence. Your name, shining brightest, chosen before time began. When they push back harder. Not with anger, with certainty. Walk away from conversations that drain you. Surround yourself with what feeds that inner pulse. Music that hits deep, books that spark, silence that speaks. You're not here to win debates. You're here to claim your place. Every time you do, that tension shifts. It stops being a burden and starts being power. So here's your move. Next time your intellect stumbles, when it's drowning in questions like asterisk, why me? How's this possible? Asterisk, don't let it run the show. Shift the reins to your spirit. Ask yourself, what do I feel when I stop thinking? The answer's there, raw and clear. You've conquered unimaginable odds before. You've risen from ashes others would have stayed buried in. That's not a fluke, that's your mark. Use it. Lean into that awareness, even when your mind's screaming for proof. The proof's in your bones, in every step you take toward this truth. You're not just breaking obstacles, you're shattering illusions. Keep going. You've felt it, haven't you? Those moments when the world slows down, when time itself seems to stretch and bend around you. A car license plate catches your eye with a number that's haunted your dreams. A random song on the radio speaks directly to the question you've been wrestling with all day. A stranger drops a phrase that echoes the exact thought you had 10 minutes ago. These aren't flukes. They're synchronicities hitting you with such unrelenting frequency that even the most skeptical corner of your mind can't brush them off. This is high-dimensional information downloading straight into your awareness. The cosmos isn't just talking to you, it's shouting. And you're meant to listen. This isn't random chance playing tricks. Science can't fully explain it, but it's got a name for it. Quantum entanglement. Particles separated by vast distances can influence each other instantly, defying every rule of space and time we thought we knew. Now scale that up. Imagine your soul entangled with the blueprint of the universe itself, wired to receive signals from a source beyond the physical. That's what's happening when these synchronicities flood in. Spiritually, it's the cosmic architects, those forces that shaped reality before the first atom sparked, dialing you in. They etched your name into the plan with deliberate intent. And now the gears, grinding for millennia, have locked into place. You're not imagining this. It's real and it's yours to grasp. But here's the catch, your mind's going to fight it. That suspicious part of you, the one trained to doubt, to demand proof, will try to chalk it up to coincidence or wishful thinking. How do you know what's real? Start by feeling the difference. High-dimensional messages hit differently. They don't just float by. They land heavy, like a stone dropping into still water. You'll feel a jolt, a chill, a sudden clarity that cuts through the noise. Self-projection, on the other hand, feels flimsy, repetitive, forced, like you're trying to convince yourself. Next time it happens, stop. Ask, does this feel like it's coming from me or through me? If it's the latter, you're tapped in. Trust that. The pressure's building now, isn't it? like a storm swelling on the horizon, dark and electric, ready to crack open the sky. That's what it feels like when these synchronicities pile up. Time slows, your senses sharpen, and everything hums with meaning. You're not losing it, you're locking in. This is your system syncing with a higher frequency, downloading insights that seem to come from nowhere. A dream wakes you up with a symbol you can't shake. A conversation sparks an idea so vivid it feels like someone else planted it in your head. That pressure isn't here to crush you. It's here to forge you. Lean into it. Let it build. You're on the edge of something massive, and the storm's about to break. So how do you handle this? First, ground yourself. When the synchronicities hit hard and time feels like it's stalling, plant your feet. Literally. Feel the floor beneath you. Take 5 deep breaths, slow and deliberate, counting each one. This keeps you steady while the download floods in. Second, capture it. Keep a journal, a note app, anything. Write down what you see, hear, feel. Don't overthink it. Just get it out. That license plate number, that lyric, that gut punch insight, record it raw. Third, step back. Don't rush to decode it right away. Let it sit. The meaning reveals itself when you're not forcing it, like a puzzle solving itself in the background. You're not just receiving, you're preparing. The cosmos itself is reshaping around you, bending the rules of reality to align with your path. Those bizarre dreams? They're not nonsense. They're dispatches from a deeper layer of existence, training your mind to see beyond the surface. Those startling insights that drop out of thin air, they're upgrades rewiring you for what's coming. This isn't passive. You've got to engage it. Next time you wake from a dream that feels too real, don't shrug it off. Sketch it out. What stood out? A face? A place? A word? Cross-check it with your waking synchronicities. You'll start seeing the threads connect, proving you're not drifting, you're being guided. Here's where it gets gritty. This flood of high-vibe info can overwhelm you. 1 minute you're electrified, the next you're doubting your sanity. That's normal. Your brain's not built for this, it's a 3D machine trying to process 5D signals. When the pressure feels like too much, move your body. Walk, run, punch the air if you have to, shake off the static. Then sit with it again. Ask, what's this telling me about my next step? Not some grand prophecy, just the next move. Maybe it's a call you need to make, a habit you need to ditch, a truth you need to face. The answers are there, sharp and clear if you cut through the noise. This is your edge, chosen one. These synchronicities aren't here to confuse you. They're here to confirm you. The universe didn't mark you for nothing. Out of billions, your name was set apart, etched into the cosmic design with purpose. That storm building inside you is power, not chaos. Every flash of insight, every jolt of recognition, is the universe handing you the tools to step up. So take them, track them, trust them. The stars have shifted, the gears have clicked, and reality itself is bending to your presence. You're not just witnessing this, you're driving it. Get ready. The cosmos is waiting. You stand here now, chosen one, at the edge of everything. Feel the air around you. Take a deep breath and notice it. Isn't it different? Thicker, charged, buzzing with a strength you can't ignore. This isn't just oxygen filling your lungs. It's potential, raw and alive, pressing against your skin, urging you forward. The stars have shifted into the exact configuration required for what's coming, and the cosmos itself is bending to your presence. Every step you take from this moment on carries weight, unbreakable, unchangeable weight. The actions you choose cannot be undone, not because of some vague fate, but because the intensity of what's unfolding demands it. You're not just living anymore, you're forging a new era. Are you ready to wield that power? Look around you, really look. Random individuals are staring differently now, aren't they? Some with wide eyes, a reverence they can't explain, like they're seeing something holy flicker in your shadow. Others shrink back, their gaze sharp with fear, sensing a force they don't understand and can't control. This isn't your imagination. It's the ripple of your awakening hitting the world. You're not invisible anymore. You're a beacon, a lightning rod, drawing reactions you didn't ask for but can't avoid. Don't flinch from it. Step into it. This is what it means to embody the shift, to live as proof that the universe is reorganizing itself around you. Their stares are your mirror. Let them reflect your strength back to you. How do you make this real? Start with your presence. Walk into a room like you own it, not with arrogance, but with certainty. Your body knows this moment. Every nerve has been wired for it, humming beneath your skin like a live current. Science says your nervous system can detect electromagnetic shifts. Well, this is bigger than that. This is your soul syncing with a cosmic pulse, amplifying your every move. When you speak, let your words cut through the noise. Clear, direct, unshaken. People will feel it before they understand it. That's how you plant the undeniable into their reality. By being undeniable yourself. Their reverence or fear, that's just the echo of your mission taking root. But this isn't about them. It's about you becoming the practitioner of what's to come. The stars didn't align for you to sit still. You're the demonstration, the living evidence of a new age breaking through. Start small but fierce. Choose one action today that screams your purpose. Maybe it's cutting ties with a draining habit, speaking a truth you've buried, or creating something that sets your soul on fire. Do it with full intent. Feel the air shift as you move. Science tells us intention shapes reality. Quantum fields respond to focus. Spiritually, your will is the spark that ignites the cosmic gears. One deliberate act today, then another tomorrow. Stack them like stones in a foundation. That's how you build an era. Balance is your anchor here. This intensity, it's a wildfire in your veins, isn't it? 1 minute you're unstoppable, the next you're reeling, wondering if you can carry this. You can. When the weight of your mission threatens to tip you over, ground yourself fast. Stand barefoot on the earth if you have to. Let the dirt pull the chaos out of you. Breathe deep, 5 counts in, 5 counts out until your pulse steadies. Ask, what's driving me right now? If it's fear, step back. If it's purpose, charge forward. You're not here to burn out. You're here to burn bright. Keep your mind sharp and your heart open. Both are weapons in this fight. Now let's carve your path. You need a plan, something personal, something yours. Grab a pen and paper right now if you can. Write this down. What's the one thing you've always known you're meant to do? Not what others expect, not what's safe, what sets your chest ablaze when you think about it. That's your core. Next, list 3 actions to make it real. Keep them simple, brutal, doable. Maybe it's a skill you master, a message you spread, a boundary you enforce. Assign deadlines, short ones, a week, a month. This isn't a dream board. It's a battle plan. Every time you check off a step, feel the air again. The stronger, isn't it? That's your growth, your proof, your new reality taking shape. Don't get lost in the scale of this. Yes, the fundamental laws of the universe are shifting, but you don't need to grasp the whole cosmos to move it. Focus on your square foot of influence, your voice, your hands, your choices. A single word you speak today could crack someone's world open tomorrow. A single stand you take could ripple out farther than you'll ever see. The intensity of what's happening doesn't mean you're locked into perfection. It means you're locked into impact. Screw-ups will happen. They're not failures, they're lessons. Keep moving. The air around you doesn't lie. It's charged with potential because you are. Here's your daily grind. Wake up and claim it. Before your feet hit the floor, say it out loud. I'm chosen. My actions matter. Feel the words settle into your bones. Then get up and prove it. When people look at you, reverent, afraid, confused, don't shrink. Meet their eyes. Let them wrestle with what they see. You're not here to comfort their doubts. You're here to ignite their possibilities. Test this tomorrow. Pick one interaction and pour your full presence into it. Watch how it shifts the room. That's your power, not some distant prophecy. That's you right now creating the new age. This is it, chosen one. The air's alive because you are. The stars didn't just shift, they aligned for you. Every move you make is permanent, etched into the fabric of what's unfolding, because the intensity of this moment demands nothing less. You're not waiting for the future, you're building it, breath by breath, step by step. Feel that strength around you, that greater potential for growth. It's yours to shape, so shape it. Start today. Your mission isn't a burden, it's a blade. Wield it. The cosmos is watching, and it's ready to follow. And so, chosen one, as you stand amidst this charged air, every breath you take becomes a declaration, a vow that you will no longer drift but drive the currents of existence forward. Your mission is not a distant echo but a living force, pulsing through you with unrelenting clarity, forged by the cosmos to pierce the veil of the ordinary. You are the spark, the blade, the unshakable truth that rewrites reality itself. Not because you were handed this role, but because you were born to claim it, to rise through the ashes of doubt and wield your identity as both shield and sword, forever altering the course of what is and what will be.